Hey, so if you've been struggling a little bit with literary devices, don't even worry about it. You are in the perfect place. Today, we're going to jump into alliteration. It's this really cool trick that writers use to make their words kind of sing. And I promise, by the end of this, you won't just get it, you'll be a total pro. Okay, let's do this.
First things first, have you ever tried to say one of those super tricky phrases, over and over again, and your tongue just feels like it's tied in a knot? Of course you have, right? We all have. Well, that feeling, that's exactly where our adventure begins today.
All right, let's try one out. She sells seashells by the seashore. Go ahead, try saying it out loud. You hear that? That s sound? That repeating S is completely on purpose. It's a special technique, and it's got a name we're about to find out.
So, to get us started, I'm going to break this all down and show you exactly how it works. Think of this as the I do part. You can just kick back, watch, and let it all sink in. We're going to build a really strong foundation right here.
Okay, so here it is, the official definition. Alliteration is just the repetition of the same beginning sound in a bunch of words. And listen, the key word there is sound. It's not about the letter, it's about what you hear. For instance, clever cat totally works. But city cat, nope, because the C in city makes an S sound. It's all about your ears. And this one? Oh, this is the perfect example. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. You just can't miss that popping P sound, can you? Every one of those words starts with that same put sound. That right there is alliteration doing its thing.
All right, you've seen what it is. Now we're going to move on to the we do part. This is where we team up. We're going to be sound detectives and hunt for some alliteration out in the wild together. Ready?
Okay, listen really close to this sentence. 3 gray geese in a green field grazing. What's that sound you keep hearing at the beginning of the words? You got it? It's that G sound. Gray, geese, green, grazing. Nicely done.
Okay, this next one's a little bit of a challenge, because there are actually 2 sounds to find. Listen. Fred fed Ted bread and Ted fed Fred bread. Did you catch them? We've got the F sound in Fred fed and the B sound in bread. See? It can get pretty cool and layered. You're doing awesome with this.
And it's not just for funny tongue twisters. Alliteration is absolutely everywhere, even in beautiful classic poems. Check out this piece from Goblin Market. The poet uses it to create this lovely rhythm with come by, and just listen to this amazing line, bloom down cheeked peaches. It just sounds so rich and descriptive, doesn't it?
Okay, you've seen it, you've practiced finding it, and now it's your turn. This is the you do part. This is where you get to unleash your own creativity and be the writer. Let's see what you've got.
And don't worry, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Seriously. Step 1, just pick a sound, any sound you like. Step 2, brainstorm a couple of words that start with it. And step 3, just weave those words into a sentence. That's it. So for instance, if I pick the T sound, I might think of tiny turtles tiptoe timidly. Put them together and boom, tiny turtles tiptoe timidly. See, it doesn't have to be some long, complicated thing to work really well.
Now, to get your creative gears turning, here are a few ideas. You could write a sentence about an animal, or maybe make up a tough tongue twister for one of your friends. You could even write a little poem about your favorite time of year, or try to describe a memory using alliteration. Just pick whichever one sounds the most fun to you and go for it.
So, we know what it is and we know how to do it, but why? Why do writers even bother with this stuff? Well, it turns out it's actually a super powerful tool that does way more than just sound cool. For one, alliteration makes phrases super catchy and easy to remember. I mean, think about brand names like PayPal or Dunkin' Donuts. It also gives your writing a kind of musical rhythm that just sounds good. Plus, it's a great way to make certain words pop and draw your reader's attention to them. And let's be honest, it just makes writing more fun.
Wow, we have covered a lot, and you've done such a great job hanging in there. Before we finish up, let's do a really quick check-in, just to make sure all this awesome knowledge is locked in for good.
First question. Go ahead and pause if you want to think about it. In your own words, how would you explain alliteration to somebody? It's all about repeating that same first sound, right? Exactly.
Okay, next one. Can you come up with a totally new example right now? It can be super short. Something like wild wolves or clever kids. Go on, give it a shot. I bet you've got one.
And the last one. Why would a writer use this? What's just one reason? To make something catchy? To to create a rhythm, to make a word stand out? Yep, any of those are fantastic answers.
Fantastic, Focus. You have totally tackled this topic. You went from learning what it was to making your own examples. Alliteration is officially in your writer's toolbox now. So the only question left is, how are you going to use it to make your own writing unforgettable? Thanks for joining the adventure.